Hey YouTube, it's themthatgots back with another video review. This time we're into Wave 9, the final wave of Palisades Muppets figures. This here is my least favorite figure in the wave and possibly the entire line. This is Steppin Out Fozzie. The one thing I do love about this figure is that he comes with his dummy Chucky that you can actually put onto his arm, which is a very nice touch. I really like that. Other than that, this figure is pretty much just a massive fail. Let's just get into it and I'll explain why. You'll probably see why once I start taking these accessories off. Well, I'm actually shocked. What I was going to bring up is that his hat just falls off because for some reason it's not magnetic. I don't really know why Palisades spent all their time putting all this effort into magnetic hats and then they didn't put one on this figure. Especially with a hat shaped like this, you really need it to be magnetic. It doesn't fit on his head very well. You have to kind of balance it and just hope that it stays. But if anything touches the figure or shakes it, that hat's falling right off. The other big fail that this figure has is his eyes. You can see they're really messed up. They don't really match up and line up right like they should. And mine is actually one of the better ones that I've seen. There are some of these Fozzies that you'll see that have this eye pointed out this way and this one going down this way, just completely cross-eyed. And it doesn't work. It's just not very good. Other than that, he's actually a pretty good figure. He's got really good articulation and a really nice sculpt. It's just the paint apps and that nasty hat that really, takes away from him. Being in the final wave of Muppets, he's more pricey than he should be. I'll put it that way. It usually costs you about $35 or $40 to get a hold of this figure, and he's really not worth it. I just have him for completion's sake. I do have a complete wave 1 through 9 now, which is cool, especially since the Lips review is coming up, and I'm excited for that. But let's take a look here at Fozzie. He's got, I think it's supposed to be ball jointed on his neck, but it doesn't really work that well. It does swivel all right. You can see it goes back and forth a little bit, but not really enough to make a difference. Oddly enough, he does have a closed mouth, which is interesting. You can see there is actually paint detailing up in there, which is odd. They didn't really have to do that. It's nice that they did, but the figure overall still isn't very nice. He's got this cool polka dotted rubber bow tie here. The nice pearly white, I don't know what this, vest I guess, over this white part here. I do like that he's got a glossy black collar and the rest is more of a flat black. The buttons are a little bit glossy too. It is nice and rubbery, gives it a nice look. Nice detail on the hands and the head with the fur. Really sculpted well with a nice paint wash to bring out all that detail. Very nice. And then I believe it's the same from the legs down as the Patrol Bear Fozzie, just painted in black to look like a suit. Just a nice touch. He does have a little bit of a glossier pinstripe here, which looks nice, and the glossy shoes look good too. Like I said, I think I said he does have some pretty good articulation besides the head here. He's got ball jointed shoulders, and they rotate all the way around. He does have a bicep swivel here, single joint at the elbow, and then the wrist has a swivel there, which works pretty well even though that cuff seems like it would get in the way, but it really doesn't. It's pretty good. Waist swivel, and then he's got like the V crotch articulation, which really serves no purpose. They may as well have just left it unarticulated. But, the sculpt is great. It's just those wonky eyes that really take away from it. Kind of disappointing. So let's get into the accessories here. Here's a closer look at Chucky, his ventriloquist dummy. It would have been cool if he had an articulated jaw, but he doesn't. It kind of looks like he should, but he doesn't. Some nice texture here on his ears. I like how the face looks like it's like whittled from wood. Very nice. It's got this nice little hat up top. Nice paint detailing for an accessory. He's got the textured hands and feet again. I like how it looks like his knee is just kind of sewn together like a dummy would be. Nice. Here's his back, and then he's got that massive hole that Fozzie's hand fits up in, which is very nice. I really like this accessory. That's the best part of this figure. Here's a stupid hat. It looks good. Sculpted so that his ears will fit on the sides without anything rubbing together. Unfortunately, it's awful because it doesn't have the magnet in it and it doesn't really fit on his head. He's got a plain black microphone, which is the same sculpt that you get with Johnny Fiamma, but with no paint detail, which kind of seems a little lazy. No good. And then his last accessory is the joke book, which is pretty cool, only mine has some really sloppy paint on it, so you can't really read it very well. You can see this says Telling Jokes Made Easy, and I can't really make out the bottom part there. See if you can. But it is made of a nice rubber. You can actually close it here. It's got words printed in it. Again, they're really small. I can't make out what it says, if it says anything. The paint's a little inconsistent, so it looks lighter in spots and darker in others. But overall, that's not a bad accessory. So yeah, this is kind of a could-be great figure, but he's not. He just falls short. I don't really recommend him unless, like I said, you're trying to get everyone for completion's sake, because that's what I was doing when I bought him. But yeah, I don't really have anything else to say about him. So if you guys enjoyed the review, please rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.